Hi guys, it's Eleni. Welcome back. Today we're going to do another part of the series, everything that I made, except this is probably the last one because this is going to be all my accessories and the shoes that I like customized, like jewelry, yeah. So I'm going to start with like, oh yeah, if you haven't watched like the other ones, there's like I think 3 or 4 parts to it. This should be like the 5th one, I think. Go watch those because I show you literally my like everything that I made in my closet. Let's begin. I'm gonna start with like belt type of things, like jewelry type of stuff. So honestly, we could just start with what I'm wearing. This little choker. Just made this out of like fabric and found this little smiley face charm and threw that on. Honestly, this too is just a string that I tied around my neck. And then I'm wearing a belt. So this is just a chain that I found that I've had lying around, I guess. And this is just a bunch of junk that I've had. Here's a Polly Pocket. And it's so easy to just like turn things into little keychains. Like all you need is a little drill or like those little things that are screws at the bottom. And you just screw it in their head and glue it on, and you have a chain belt. Yeah, that's one of my favorite pieces that I made. I wear this like all the time. It's just so fun, like it's all of the junk on at once. And like if I wanted to wear it like as like a belt chain, as in like this way, I could. All I have is like a little ring here and this thing. And you can't like buy this anywhere because it's like all your stuff, you know, so. And here's like the super simple, easy things. This is just like a belt loop chain that I put on like an old necklace that I had and just attached like these guys to it. Obviously just beaded. This is like that thing, like this, but on your pants. Yeah, super simple. Like, once again, anyone can do this. Just go to the dollar store or like a thrift store and get like beads. Take apart some old jewelry, and there you go. So next is this little crocheted headpiece, but also like a belt thing or like even a neckling. I didn't crochet it, but I added all like the little beading on the bottom and like the charms. So I figured I'd just show it anyways. And then I just added this at the top of it, so if I wanted to wear it like over here I could, or like in my hair, just like anywhere, it's just easier than tying it. Let's go to like more necklaces now. So once again, like the easiest thing you could probably do is just get yourself some candy and make necklaces. So this is actually made from like all of like, not all, but like old like candy that I received from like people at like shows, and I just took the bracelets apart and put them on one necklace. So like my friend Danny, she made me this one that says pixie dust, but I put it on here. One of my friends gave me this, which was on a bracelet, but I just added it to this. I don't know if I made the plural one or not, but I just took it apart and added it and just like recycled the beads instead of buying new ones, and put this on it. So this can be like a necklace. The way I wore it, I tied it around my belt loop, so it just like hung over here. And this is just like something I got from Claire's. I don't know, I thought it was gonna be a real fan, but it's clearly a toy. And once again, just turn your old junk into jewelry. So this is just like a little Hey Arnold thingy. I think my mom like got this at the dollar store. And I just put it on like all my old candy, like took apart the candy and put it on a necklace. This is one of my favorite necklaces actually. I actually got this idea from that guy, Benny Blanco. He had like a candy beaded necklace with like a cartoon character at the bottom, out of like his button up, like one of these shirts. It was just like doing that. I don't know, it looks so good. And I was like, wow, we can totally like make that. I saw it with my boyfriend, that's why I said we. But I made him one too, and his has Bart Simpson at the bottom. But yeah, so easy. Just take a toy, drill a hole in their head, and put it on a little loop-de-loop, and there you go. And I just use like random elastic string. So here is another necklace that I made for myself, just out of like glass beads, I think these are all glass, yeah. And this is like a little wooden mushroom, but it's like marbleized. I painted it. So I found these little wooden mushrooms at the Dollar Tree, I think. They came in like a whole little bag. So I just painted those and put it on this beaded necklace that I made. These I actually have for sale. I have like a bunch for sale on my Depop, in all different colors. This one was just defective, like I didn't put it all the way up here. So I kept it for myself. Also, like, I wanted one too. But yeah. And this necklace, I made this one out of clay actually, and stuck a crystal in it and painted the top to make it look like a mushroom. It also glows in the black light. Yeah, you can also like do this super easily. Just get some clay and crystals, stick the crystal in the clay, and call it a day. So this choker is literally like from a belt, I think, or it might have been from a purse, but you can see I just literally like glued 2 pieces of leather together and moved like the loopy thingy up so it stays, and then I just put a piece of metal, a ring, and a lock. Added some chain to give it like a little extra thing. But yeah, so easy to make and so cheap. Like if you just have like a old belt or old bag or something that has like connectoring stuff on it already, you can like easily make like a lock key necklace. Then I have this guy that I actually made. I used to have my ears stretched, and these were my like gauges that I had. Yeah, I got these off of like Etsy. They're like handmade, like out of clay and whatever. Obviously I didn't want to get rid of them because like they're so cool. So just glued them together and made another necklace. As you can see, just glue stuff together and it becomes jewelry. It's so easy. Okay, and this is really cool. I actually have earrings to it as well. These are actual butterfly wings. I like bought these butterfly wings like forever ago. They were like just sitting in my drawer, collecting dust, doing nothing useful. So I took vinyl, it was actually like a plastic tablecloth is what I actually used, and sewed around it with the sewing machine, and then cut it out, and I have like this little cute butterfly necklace. Most people would do that with like resin, but I didn't have it, and I was like, how do I do this in a way where I don't need to use resin and like I could just do it right now? So plastic vinyl worked out great. And I also did it with like earrings too. Oh, that's the pretty side. And more on earrings. Also, take your old vacuum food and put it on earrings. Like these cucumbers. These are American Girl doll, like, cucumber, like, spa things. Like, the doll would just, like, put it on her eye. You know what I mean? Whatever. But I thought these were perfect to make little cucumber earrings. All I did was put jewelry on those little metal thingies and buy a bunch of these guys. And you can make earrings out of anything. Same situation goes for this. These are pogs. They're the little cardboard thingies. You just stick a hole and make earrings. Never have to buy jewelry because you could just use your junk and turn it into jewelry. So for like hair accessories, most of these things are like buttons, and I just ripped the button thing off. Like for example this. There was like a little clasp here for like a button, and I just broke it off and then glued on the alligator clip. And that was the same situation for this guy. Most of my hair clips, like pretty much like all of them, are either like I made them from like buttons or just random shit. So I'm not gonna show every single one because it's just the same thing, just with like a different like piece. Like it's literally all just like random shit glued onto like these things, or like the one that you pinch and that opens, that kind of hair clip. So yeah, like same here. Little frog, Beanie Baby, gave him a little belt chain, and he is now a hair clip. So you could just wear a frog in your hair. Let's go into like arm accessories. All the arm warmers I've had, I made, which is like super simple to make. All you have to do is make a big enough rectangle that fits over your arm. So here's these guys. They have like a little cute bow over here. And I put this little patch on it. And this is just made out of old t-shirts. This was like t-shirt scraps that I used to make the arm warmers. And then you could even make them out of socks. So these are old socks, and all you have to do is cut like the foot part off, like this is where it would be round, and put a little hole here, and you have little hand warmers. So cute. I did the same exact thing with these Hello Kitty ones, and these ones are like next level. Not really, but they're multiple socks sewed together into one, so it's like a long guy. I'll put a photo because I wore these the other day. But yeah, this was like one of the first type of like arm warmer thing I made. I didn't really figure out how to sew it together, so I hand sewed it, and like it's obviously like loose and like messy, so I just put like safety pins on it to like keep them together. Because I don't know, that's part of like the look anyways. Like they're not supposed to be like super neat, you know? I was gonna say something, but I forgot. Oh yeah, I guess like if I were to cut down the middle of like each of the sock, I would have been able to like sew it nicely for each sock, but I don't think I felt like doing that, and I didn't want like the seam down the middle. Like I didn't want a seam here. I just wanted it to continuously connect like how it does as a sock. So yeah, whatever. So then I did like some really cool leg warmers. I also made another pair of leg warmers, but they're just black. I showed them in my last video in like me planning my outfits. Those are like super simple to make because the same way I did these, you just cut like arm sleeves. So like this was like this originally, and now it's like this. Yeah, so how cute. I just did some patchworking with like leftover fabric that I had. This was like from some random shirt, and made these pins for it out of Crazy Bones. Do you remember Crazy Bones? Yeah. But once again, such an easy thing to make if you don't have like leg warmers, but you have old sweaters that you don't want. You can just cut the sleeves off, and then you have leg warmers. I'm just gonna show the other one because they're just so cute. This is like also scrap fabric. Actually, this was like from like a project that I fucked up, and I was trying to make straps, and I was like, oh, this is perfect. I can make it a bow. And let me show you the purple ones that I made. These ones also, oh, these ones were actually made of sweatpants. So like this was like the leg, but now it's backwards. And I did like a little ribbon that way to like make it tighter. And also you can wear these as arm warmers too. But this is so easy. Like, you just stick the ribbon through, and you don't even have to hem this if you don't want, but I just did a little zigzag just so it doesn't fray, even though I know it won't, but it just looks nice. Okay, now we're gonna go into hats. It's better if I just show you them on my head. So here is one of my favorite hats that I made. How freaking cute is this? This is made out of an old comforter. This blue stuff was a comforter, and then this is just some fabric that I had. This ribbon was from my Odessa dress that I made, that I took apart because, I don't know, I just didn't like it anymore. Well, I really made it just to go to the show. And when I do things like that, I usually am like, I don't, like, if I'm gonna make something, I'm gonna make it forever, not just to go to one thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, just added some beads here. And this little alien guys and ribbons. And just put beads on a string here and then sewed it to it. And it's already lined since it was a comforter. I could like try to do a video and like make like another one of these to like show you how to make them. I think that might be cool. It's about to be summer though, so I don't think I'm going to be wearing this anytime soon. But it would be good for a future video. Okay, this one's super easy. All I did was buy a black beanie from the dollar store and glued googly eyes on it. And I had this literally since like 9th grade or some shit like that. This is old. And it stayed on for that many years. Okay. This one is a Real Akuma little bucket hat that I made. So this like head, like the Real Akuma part, was like those like neck pillows that you use like to go on the airplane and whatnot. And I just took it apart and like cut like the bottom part and like the leg, the part that sits here. And this was so easy. All I had to do was cut it across. And then I just added this little brim that was like out of my dad's old work pants. And how cute. Once again, these things are so simple. Like, okay, maybe not that simple, but you can just use what you have. Like, you don't need to buy extra stuff once you get bored of something. And this was like basically a stuffed animal, so I'm sure you can use like any stuffed animal's head to like make this, which makes me think I should do that to one of my Hello Kitties. I have like 10,000 Hello Kitty Build-A-Bears, and yeah, I should make one of the Hello Kitties a little hat like this. Then I have this guy, this fun little bucket hat. So the fur, my friend gave me a rug that she didn't want anymore, because she thought I could use it, so that's what that's from. And then this is just satin fabric, and this little eyeball I just painted on. And this is also so cute, one of my favorite hats. This I made completely out of new fabric, but yeah, it's just a reversible hat. So one side has ears, and then this side is just a little bucket hat with stars. So that's all for the hats. Now we're just gonna go on like the bags, which there's only 2, but I actually recently just made this, and I think it's so cute. So it's just this little tote bag. This was made from a shirt that I had. I'll put like a little before and after. The sweater was just like, it honestly was like too small. It was like a kid's sweater, but I don't know, I just couldn't see myself wearing it as a sweater anymore. But I thought it looked so cute as a bag, especially with this like fun like furry stuff. Which this furry stuff was from like was from a jacket that I turned into a vest. So I kept like the remaining fabric of it. And it's shaped like a heart. And And the inside is just like t-shirt material, just like an old t-shirt. I don't know, my mom found this at the dollar store, I think. Or was it part of like a bunny thing that she got my niece? I don't know. But yeah, how like good. You could turn your t-shirts or your sweaters into purses. And then this thing, I made a double-headed, six-legged Pegasus horse thing. It's not a purse, it's just like a little accessory, just like tied on my belt loops and whatnot. But I made these out of old Webkins. All I did was just tie ribbon around their necks, and I cut one of their legs off and sewed them together. And then I had this random thing laying around in my basement forever, so I figured it'd be good like as like a little strap to hold them up. And then I just have safety pins here if I want to like safety pin it to an outfit, if I don't have belt loops. And yeah, it's just so cute. Okay, let's do the shoes now. And that'll be the last part, is the shoes. We'll start off with like the hand painted Tims that we have here. So these were just plain, they're either plain tan or plain blue. Because I painted another pair, and those are actually for sale. I'll put like the listing here. But yeah, I just painted these and changed the laces. And I usually wear these to festivals because they're comfy and fun. And aren't Tims like made to like do a lot of work in? I feel like a festival is a lot of work. And I just painted my Doc Martens. This is easy, you just paint it and then spray it with a sealer. I would probably recommend like actual leather paint. I just used acrylic. I mean, they did last for a really long time. I had these for like years. Probably would last longer if you actually used like a leather paint. Okay, and then these guys, these are a pair of Vans that I painted and added googly eyes on, changed the laces. These were like so old and just white and like just looked like disgusting. I had these since I was in high school, I think. I think these were the first pair of Vans that I ever bought. And yeah, I just glued a bunch of googly eyes on them, painted the front, painted some eyeballs. You see like some of them are painted, some of them are googly. But yeah, super easy and cheap, like upgrade. These are probably my favorite. These are my Tuck Creepers, but they were just black with like this furry was just like neutral leopard, and I painted it rainbow, and I added like ribbon in the laces instead with like these rainbow laces, and put beads on them. I painted the sides, and then I put stickers all over the shoes. So most of the shoe is just like all stickers. I don't know how to like, I can't wear these in the rain. They're kind of looking like shit a bit, but like I don't know how to make the stickers stay. Like I tried gluing them, but they just seem to like keep peeling up. I don't know. I put like glitter paint over it to like try to seal it. They're staying on pretty well, but like there's some times where like I notice I'm like, I see it peeling up and I'm like, how do I make this not happen? And like I'll be using like strong ass glue like E3000, 6000, whatever, but I think it's because the shoes were suede. I think if I would have sanded them first, it would have helped and like made the adhesive stick better rather than sticking to suede. So then there's just my Nikes that I bedazzled. Took forever, but yeah, just bedazzled the shit out of them and added beads. And then these were plain black, but I just painted flowers on them and sprayed them down. This is all with like neon acrylic paint, and I put them in places where like they won't crack, so I didn't have to get the leather paint because like I specifically put them in the places that they are that don't crease, so they won't crack at all. And I just changed the laces and added charms. And yeah. So that's all for everything that I made completely. Obviously there's more things that I made in my closet because like I constantly just do that and it'd be like impossible to show literally everything. But yeah, I hope like this whole series inspired you to like make your own stuff. And like to look in your closet and like to just look at your stuff in general and like reinvent it, like see it as something else, like instead of just like donating it or like throwing it out. Like you can always like make something new before you get rid of it, you know what I mean? But yeah, bye.